see this Global Shapers Karnataka continue to evolve and grow? Because usually what I have seen is many initiatives that have been launched, they fail to sustain. We fail to sustain them. Initially that Josh is there, afterwards it vanishes. How do you propose to do that?
Sir, what I feel is that most of the social activism, most of the movements end up fizzling out primarily because it remains within that intellectual circle itself. It remains as a conversation itself. So that's why most of them end up fizzling out. Second reason it would fizzle out would be it is an area which is outside your passion part of it. So in the case of Global Shapers Karnataka, it is inside your area of passion. So in the case of Ramya, we are not asking her to take out too much lot of time outside her acting career at all. Right? So they would continue to do whatever they are supposed to do. At the same time, take up a cause that we are collectively passionate about. That's one reason it would sustain.
Okay, I'm going to cut Sangeeta off. Yeah. Basically, it's not going to be a yearly thing where now this year it's us and next year it's going to be somebody else for sure. But that doesn't mean that we step out. We will still be together and we work together. So by the end of 10 years, you'll have so many global shapers working together. So it doesn't mean this year we're here, so we're gone, we're forgotten next year. No, we continue to be there with the next global shapers, and then we get to, so by the time the community will grow, there will be an Indian global shaper thing, and then we'll all get together and do.
Yeah. In fact, I have a more I have another more exciting news. So another statement which I made is that if it remains within the intellectual circle. So I believe that if it remains between me, Ramya, Funny, and a few others part of it, it still doesn't have that critical mass or the momentum part of it. So another thing what we are doing is that we are actually starting up Global Shapers Karnataka chapters in a selected band of schools inside Bangalore. So these students will again continue with the momentum, continue with the activities which we are doing. Also, they would be invited to participate in some of the selected talks which we would end up having, conferences which we would end up having. So it's altogether, it would not be limited to just to the intellectual circle, but we are pushing it towards more people.
I think in years from now, the global shapers will fizzle out because the kind of cause that we're working for towards educating people, there'll be more and more intellectuals and more global shapers, and then there will be no committee at all.
But India needs a lot of time. We need a lot of time to bring. See, we have two Indias. We have to merge them.
Yeah.
So people like you should bring them together.
Yeah.
Sangeet, what is the process involved and requirements needed to be selected as a global shaper? Pranay, you can also answer.
Do we have to be round like me? Is that a global shape?
See,
round
now
means
you have only stars. You have Ramya, you have Funny, you have Arundhati. They are doing something really good. If an ordinary citizen wants to become a global, he is a good achiever, of course.
Yeah.
How should we go about it, Sangeet?
What she means by round is size 0. That's a 0 is a round.
0 as in round.
The round one which she keeps on talking about. The criteria for selected as a global shaper: 1, you should be between 20 to 30. So that's the first and most important criteria. Second one, you should have exceptional talent as well as extraordinary achievement. Third one, you would want to do something for your society. You would want to do something about the pressing problems of the world. So these are the only 3 criteria which are required to be qualified as a global shaper.
You want to add something to this, Anna?
Well, I think everybody is a star. I mean, I think everybody does as much as they can in their capacity. But I think somebody who does something more than they can, I think would also be,
Everybody is a star, but not everybody looks like a star.
More rubbish.
Especially with all my pork parts.
Fine. Sangeet, you founded LeadCap with a vision to build India as a nation of leaders. For the benefit of our listeners, will you briefly explain what LeadCap actually does?
LeadCap, incidentally, right now is the largest leadership movement of its kind in the world right now. So what we do is that we have 2 things what we mainly do. One is what we call as a leadership village, where we have stakeholders in villages, say in villages in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. So those stakeholders come together and try converting an entire village youth into leaders. So we end up using extremely simple simple techniques like a story circle, where a few of us get together in a circle, discuss about an autobiography, and then try relating to these villagers' problems part of it. So we end up using it, extremely simple techniques. Second one, we do have leadership certification programs which youth end up taking to discover the leadership potential, and more importantly, it's a self-exploratory journey. So these are the two ways in which LeadCap impacts India most importantly. And one of the reason why I was very keen on Global Shapers is also because it again has got a very strong leadership connect. So that leadership connect was important, and I believe very strongly that if there is something which is falling in the realm of my passion, I would end up sustaining it.